Yes. Once again, people, it is time for Funko News. I did let you all know previously that I was going to do a video today. I don't think I said it was going to be this early though, but I did decide to go ahead and drop an early video, which means that I may miss some updates that pop up later on this afternoon. And what I will do, if I miss anything, then I will just come back to the description of this video and I'll put the details there. Now, if there's anything earth-shattering, which I think is kind of doubtful at this point, then I may do another video. But other than that, if they're just little announcements, then I'll save them for the next Funko News video that I do later on this week. But yeah, I know a lot of people are already in the know about the shared exclusives, where they're going to be. But for people that aren't in the know, I want to let you know what's going on. And then I really just want to share my opinions about these as well. And do know that there are some things that have been shuffled around. And I said this was possible. I repeated that a lot last week, that there was a lot of speculation and that some things may move around, and that's definitely the case. So before I get into it, as always, do make sure that you drop a like on this video. I definitely want to hear a comment from you, your thoughts about not only the shared exclusives but the other announcements I'm going to make here. And you know, share the video as well. Not a lot of that going on, and I really would appreciate if you do that. You know, share the video, maybe to Facebook, you know, just whatever social media you prefer. That'd be very cool as well. But let's go ahead and get into it here. Funko News for this big day here of July 19th, 2017. So for starters, I've said this already. I kept telling you all that this evening is the evening when you want to start checking websites. I cannot tell you specifically what time anything will go up. I don't know that. I mean, that's up to these companies. So just do what I plan to do, which is to keep checking the websites throughout the evening to see what's going on. Although personally, I really prefer to get as much as I can in stores. For some figures that may not be an option, but yeah, I think most of what I want is actually going to be in stores, so that's what I'm mainly going for. Also, the shared exclusives should be in stores tomorrow. Never know, there could be holdups with certain figures, and don't stress if that happens. Just, you know, if the store doesn't get a certain figure right away, just keep checking back with them. If a website doesn't have it right away, just keep checking. So you have to be vigilant and do your part. That's basically what it comes down to. And try not to stress. I keep saying that, although it's obvious that some people are. Really try not to stress though, and you know, just kind of plan things out and work things out. It'll all be good. And then also, like I said, I may miss any announcements that are made later on in the day. If there's anything I feel is important, then I will add it to the description of this video. If there's something major, then maybe I will do another quick video. I really don't see that happening at this point, but who knows, we'll see. But yeah, like I said, just come back and check the video later on, see if there are any updates, including any links that I have added to this particular video. So for those of you outside of North America, if you're interested in the SDCC exclusives, you can check with popculture.com, and actually Friday their time, because remember they are Australia based, so you have to kind of crunch the numbers there to see what time that is for you. But yeah, 9 a.m. Australia time, they will have figures available, and I just think that's the best option now. And you may know some other options to get some SDC exclusives outside of North America, but this is really the main way that I'm familiar with, so that's why I'm pointing them out. And do remember, for those of us in North America, we cannot make use of popculture.com to get the SDCC exclusives. They will be restricted to us, so we do have to go to the individual stores and websites. I'm not going to read everything off here word for word. If you want to, you can pause and check out that information, especially my international viewers. So the Funko shop, we really hadn't heard anything about it up to this point, if they were going to get any items. I had an inkling kind of that they would. I did not have any idea that they were going to go this far with it. So let me go ahead and run through what's going to be available on the Funko shop. And this runs from the 20th to the 23rd. So that's 4 days that you kind of need to keep your eyes on the Funko shop. And they have not stated what figures will be up on what particular days. So you just have to keep checking back with the Funko shop, and hopefully you are signed up to receive their emails. Okay, so they're gonna have Scott Pilgrim, Roxy Richter, and then also the Ramona Flowers Rock Candy figure. All those, of course, being based on Scott Pilgrim versus the World. They're gonna have the She-Ra Rock Candy figure. They're gonna have Skeletor on Panther, which originally was looking like it was just gonna be Toy Tokyo. So that's thankful that, you know, the people have a chance at that. And then they'll also have their original character, Psycho Shriner. out of all of these, I'm interested in the Scott Pilgrim figures, but and I'm actually interested in Skeletor too, but money's gonna add up quick, you know, if I try to get too much. So I don't know if I'll be able to go for any of these. I mean, there's just some things I'm gonna have to pass up, so we'll see. And then with the Funko shop, you got to keep in mind that the figure is usually run around $15 plus shipping and handling, so definitely something that you want to keep in mind if you're going to get any items from the Funko shop. And for these particular items, I don't know if the prices will be even higher, who knows. But that's not all that's going to pop up on the Funko shop in the next couple of days. They got a lot more going on here. They got the red Batmobile with Batman, which I talked about that previously, so I'm just gonna kind of keep things moving here. They got the Hanna-Barbera Dorbz 4-pack there. They got from Wacky Race, they got Big Gruesome, and then you see they got the 2 drivers there. I believe their names are Rufus Roughcut and Pete Perfect, or Peter Perfect. So they had those Dorbz rides. They got Daffy Duck and his Superman get up. They got Rosie the robot, of course, from the Jetsons. They also had the daughter from the Jetsons as a rock candy figure, and Ren and Stimpy, Happy Joy, the 2-pack. I really hope I can get my hands on that. I have a feeling that one is going to disappear in no time, but that's the main reason why I'm going to keep my eyes on the Funko shop and really keep my fingers crossed, because that's, out of everything here that's going to be available for the Funko shop, that by far is the main item I would absolutely love to get. And what I'll probably do is, I don't know, I may try to get my hands on some other figures, you know, just some trade bait and things like that in case I miss Ren and Stimpy. Maybe I could work it out some other way to get it, but yeah, that's really big on my list. And then also the t-shirts that we saw previously, and each one of these comes with an item as well. You see they got Marvin the Martian, Huckleberry Hound, Scooby-Doo. So each of these will be available on the Funko shop as well. Me personally, I'm not interested in any of these. I do think it's cool that Huckleberry Hound, it looks like he comes with a, I'm not sure 100% if that's a lunchbox or not. That's what it looks like, which if that's the case, that's cool. And then the other ones look like they just come with like cereals or snacks or something. So yeah, not too interested in any of these though, to be truthful. But again, that's from July 20th to 23rd that some of these items will go up each day. I think that's the way that it's going to work. So yeah, just keep your eyes on the Funko shop. Toys R Us, there really hasn't been any change here. I think I had one of my subscribers say that Tinkles with Ghost in a Jar would not be there, but Funko did go and confirm that. So yeah, everything that I've been sharing with Toys R Us has been confirmed at this point. And do keep in mind, X23 and Scott Pilgrim, you want to check for them online. I still don't know what exact hour it's gonna go up. I can't tell you that, so like I said, be vigilant and just keep checking. Now Walmart, one figure that has changed here that I didn't know about before, they are getting Baxter Stockman. The other ones I shared here previously, like I said, no change there. But yeah, Baxter Stockman, if you're interested in him, he will be with Walmart. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to read off every single figure. A lot of this information you have seen before. So I'm trying to mainly focus on the changes, things that we have not heard about up to this point. Amazon, in addition to Supreme Leader Snoke, they also are going to get Hey from Moana. And yeah, I don't think we had heard about that figure before, where he would show up. So yeah, again, he's going to be with Amazon. This one definitely had not heard about. This Nightwing and Deathstroke 2-pack, which is them in their older outfits, is going to be an Entertainment Earth exclusive. So of course that's just with the website. So again, have to keep on checking, keep your eyes on it to see when it will be available. And yes, some of these figures are still limited numbers. Even though they're being shared, they are still limited numbers. So some of these are going to go very quickly. Box Lunch, I think the only change was Elliot Mask is going to be with Box Lunch. Now I put the shop for NBC, their website, still there, because I don't know, maybe there's a chance that he will still show up there. But yeah, it looks like he's going to be with Box Lunch. Barnes & Noble, no major change with these items here that I shared before. Although I want to say the Tick, I may have not shared the Tick before. Yeah, the Tick is going to be at Barnes & Noble, of course, and that's a glow-in-the-dark figure. Excuse me. And then additionally with Barnes & Noble, the blue Scooby-Doo, sort of neon blue Scooby-Doo will be there as well. And of course, remember, this one will also be at the pop-up shop for those of you attending. Target, the only thing that I knew, I had a strong feeling would be at Target is Bodhi. That is confirmed now, Bodhi from Rogue One. Along with him at Target, they will also have the interplanetary Batman and the young Ford from Westworld. FYE, no change, except I did remove one figure here, which I will explain why. So these other ones are the same. Again, I'm not going to read these characters all for you. You can see them here. So the Megazord has been probably the most confusing figure out of SDCC, because it seems like it's been all over the place and it's still somewhat confusing. Okay, so at SDCC, the Megazord appears like it's going to be in 2 different booths. I think you can get it at Fugitive Toys or Toy Tokyo, but beyond the convention, it's considered a Diamond exclusive, which I believe is the same deal as PX Previews exclusives, basically something that you would see in comic book stores. So like I said, this one still confuses me a little bit. I don't know if it's actually going to make its way to comic book stores, or if comic book stores will only get it if they place the order for it. I really don't know how that's going to work beyond the convention. And like I said, some people were actually able to pre-order this a good while ago, so this has been a very confusing figure. Nothing much has changed with Toy Tokyo. These particular figures here, like I said already, in fact, I'm not going to read this all for you again because I shared it recently, so if you're interested, you can pause and read the details on it. I just got to say again, these are going to be difficult to get from them, but do remember that Skeletor with Panther, you will get a chance for him on the Funko shop as well. And then also with Toy Tokyo, we didn't know about these before, and these are very limited numbers. Rufus Rough Cut and Sawtooth, not the Dorbz, excuse me, the Pop figure, and then Peter Perfect, the Pop figure, will also be with Toy Tokyo. And I don't know if it might be the same situation where only certain people are going to have a chance to get these. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my voice today. Maybe I've been doing too many videos too close together, but I'm gonna keep working on through it, you all. GameStop, I don't think there's been any changes from what I shared before, so I'm just gonna run through these quickly. You see the Dwarven Colossus here, and then all these figures that I showed you previously, all of these have been confirmed. As a matter of fact, there are some pictures floating around on different sites, you know, throughout social media, where GameStop actually has these figures in, and you know, a lot of close-up pictures and everything going on. Okay, same with these figures as well. All these that I shared previously, all of these have been confirmed for GameStop. Hot Topic, no change with these figures right here. All these that I showed you all previously, all of these are confirmed. And then here's an addition though. These figures that will also be available at the pop-up shop, the pink, I think it's like a neon, I don't even think they call it pink, it's either neon pink or neon magenta, Marvin the Martian will be with Hot Topic. And then also that Dorbz 2-pack of Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam, where they have on those medieval outfits, will be with Hot Topic as well. And these are limited numbers, so again, I think that these may go very quickly. And then Walgreens, you know, Walgreens just had to get in on the action, I guess, and they're getting Red She-Hulk and the Bucky Barnes Captain America. I'm really wondering if they're going to get their figures in on time, and if they're even going to have them online. Really no telling. Walgreens sometimes can be kind of a mess, so we'll see. And then don't forget the Carbon D.Va with Meka is premiering at SDCC and will actually be online tonight as well. Now I do want to go ahead and point out, I do have some placeholders down in the description of this video. They will not be active though until, you know, they're actually allowed to sell them on the particular website. So if you check out a placeholder and it's not working, that means that it's not time yet. And if you go to it and it says sold out, then it probably is sold out. So yeah, I would just say as the evening, you know, sets in, just keep checking out those placeholders and I can't guarantee that they are going to work. There's really no way for me to check that, because with a lot of the placeholders, when you click on them, it brings up nothing because it's not active yet. So yeah, like I said, some of them may work, some of them may not, but I just decided to include them just in case they actually help you all out. And then some figures that are missing in action. Nothing has been said about them at the time of this recording. Mr. Toad and Jolly Roger, the glow-in-the-dark version. Really don't know where these will be. If I learn anything, of course I will update you all. I'll put it in the description. I heard a rumor that Mr. Toad could end up being a Disney Parks exclusive and a Disney Store exclusive. And when I say Disney Store, I do mean within the parks or near the parks, not nationwide. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with these particular figures. Now, moving on from SDCC to an extent, because these particular figures here, you have to be there to get these, as far as I know. So I don't even know how to pronounce that name for this character. It looks like Ochako. I'm not 100% sure how you say her name, but she's from My Hero Academia, and this is the masked version of the character. She will be available at the actual convention. And then the Chocolate Majin Buu is not actually a new figure, but they are making him available again. He will be at SDCC as well. I don't believe that these will be in the actual Funko booth though. So if you're gonna be there, it looks like you will have to kind of look around, you know, and see what other booths have Funko Pops as well. And then I did want to point out that I know some people pre-ordered Shenron, and a lot of people are starting to receive Shenron. So yeah, if you had your pre-order in, don't stress, it should be to you pretty soon, because like I said, I've seen quite a few people now that have received it and are showing it off on social media. This was an interesting figure I thought I would share, even though I'm not sure if it's still up for pre-order. The last time I checked the website for Playhouse, which I'm not even familiar with Playhouse, but this is a Playhouse exclusive giant lady, which is based off of I believe a Thai legend. So I went and checked it out, and you see it's limited to 888 pieces, which I assume maybe that has some relation to the legend, but it looked like the pre-order was sold out, and I think they did do some sort of bundle deal with it to where you had to get it with along with another pop and like some smaller items. But if this one becomes available again in any way, then I will try to update you all on it. Like I said, I'm sharing it though just because I thought it was an interesting looking figure. So Pocket Pops are nothing new. They've been around for a good while, and now Funko has decided to put Pocket Pops in the blind bags. I don't get it. I'm just to be blunt about it, I don't think this is an interesting idea. I think if you want Pocket Pops, just get the ones that you want. So I don't like the idea of blind bags, and I don't know if this is the way that they're going to do these moving forward from now on, or I don't know if they'll still sell them individually or not. But I'm really not so crazy about the idea of getting random Pocket Pops. You know, maybe these will be fun for some people to open up, and you know, maybe there are some people out there that really do collect Pocket Pops, but for me personally, I'm not so crazy about this idea. But you see that they have Marvel, Disney, and not even DC. It is Batman focused, and actually focused on Batman the animated series. So yeah, if you're interested in these are up for a September release. And then Hot Topic is getting some pint-sized heroes, and you see what it is here, Nightmare Before Christmas. So these actually look pretty cool. I'm still not big on pint-sized heroes because, like I said, it's just tough to find good places for them to stand and steadily within my collection, you know. But I think there are some cool designs here, and there are some Hot Topic exclusives and also some GameStop exclusives as well. And you can take a look over them and, you know, see the different figures going in here on here. For example, with Hot Topic, they do have Pajama Jack. Okay, so and they also have a glow-in-the-dark figure there of and his name escapes me right now. Oh, actually, Oogie Boogie. Yeah, glow-in-the-dark Oogie Boogie, which is pretty cool. So that is a Hot Topic exclusive. And then you take a look at GameStop. They do have Santa Jack. You know, so if you're interested in him, you'll have to get him there. Then they got the Unicycle Clown as well, and the Mummy with the one eye. And I'm kind of surprised that Hot Topic, they're also getting a exclusive Dr. Finkelstein, I believe. I'm bad with some of these names, but yeah, so you gotta kind of move around if you want to try to collect all of these. And I know how it goes with not Pocket Pops, but pint-sized heroes. once these release, I pretty much expect to see some people in stores feeling out the bags. Then there will be some horror plushies coming this fall, and you see what's included here. They got Freddy Krueger, Pennywise, Jason Voorhees, and Michael Myers. So it's kind of weird to see such cutesy versions of these characters, but I mean, who knows? And like I've been saying about Funko's plushies, the pictures don't always do them justice. A lot of times these do look better up close. Okay, and then Batman and Cyborg from the Justice League, they're you know, Dorbz have been revealed here. They look pretty well designed to me. I don't know if I would get these, but I think the designs looked alright, and wouldn't be surprised that there are some more Dorbz on the way featuring the Justice League. You know, we'll see. But yeah, I do like these though. And then I don't have an image of it. There's been no image of the actual figure reveal yet, but apparently Mera, who is going to debut in the Justice League movie, and then of course have a role within the Aquaman movie as well, she is getting a Hot Topic exclusive pop. Of course, as soon as I get an actual image of it, I will share it with you all. And then for you fans of Mystery Science Theater, they are doing a Tom Servo and Crow pop figure. I actually saw lambs of these months ago. I think it was with the New York Toy Fair. So, you know, but at the time, though, like I said, they were lambs. I think it was actually concept art. But now we get to see the actual figures here. So yeah, if you're a big fan of Mystery Science Theater, these are up for an October release, which seems appropriate, especially since they watch so many horror movies. Now the Harry Potter, the next wave, I've shared some of these figures before, but I don't believe that we had seen Harry Potter with the Marauders map. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it really does not look familiar to me, so that's why I decided to share it here. And I don't know exactly when these figures are. It's supposed to be very soon that these are releasing though. And by the way, Harry Potter with the Marauders map is not an exclusive. He will be a common. I think all of these are common, so yeah, if you're a big Harry Potter fan, you shouldn't have much trouble getting your hands on these. Now I'm giving a spoiler warning. I do want to touch very quickly on the Disney Treasures Tiny Town box. If you have not received yours yet and you've managed to dodge the spoilers, then you may want to, you know, go ahead and leave this video. Don't try to skip ahead because you might still end up seeing the content. So I'm giving you fair warning here. If you don't want to see what is inside of that Tiny Town box, then just go ahead and leave the video. Also, there will be a big clue about what's going to be in the next box as well. So if you don't want to be spoiled, you know, you can go ahead and leave the video, and I hope you enjoyed what you saw up to this point. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the Disney Treasures box. So I think they did a pretty good job with Tiny Town. They included Jiminy Cricket there, the Mystery Mini, which doesn't seem so mini. That's actually a pretty nice size figure there, and he comes in that very nice tin. We already knew that they were gonna have Tinkerbell, which looks pretty cool as well. I wouldn't mind actually seeing that up close because I think there is some glitter within her stand, and it kind of gives off that impression that she's flying. And then an item that we didn't know about is the Dorbz ride there, based on the Small World ride, and I think it's cool that they do have, you know, the different nationalities there. So excuse me again, but yeah, I think they did a pretty good job with it, and it seems like to me thus far Disney Treasures is being pretty solid with their value. We'll see if they can keep maintaining that. Next up will be Haunted Forest, and they showed a shadow of what the figure may be, and I did have to check with my Disney expert Cat D, and she said that it appears to be Maleficent in dragon form. And then I saw a couple other people on social media saying that's what it appears to be, so that's definitely cool. I mean, a lot of people love Maleficent, and you can all let me know, you know, what else would you like to see in the Haunted Forest box. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. As you can tell, I definitely need to rest my voice, and like I said, I probably won't do another video unless there's something really major that comes up from Funko. Otherwise, I'll just put some details down in the description of this video. So again, you may want to come back and check it out later on, see if anything's been updated. And like I said, there are placeholder links. That means that they're not active right now, but as the figures become available from the websites, then those links should be good to go. But I can't 100% guarantee that. Just be very vigilant, people. Like I said, I've done a lot of work to try to keep you all informed, but I can't get the figures for you at this point. It's up to you to put the work in and you know, to do your stakeouts and everything and try to get those figures that you really want. And of course, I'm gonna be doing the same thing. So yeah, if you don't hear me from me much later on in the comment section or early tomorrow, that means that I'm trying to get my own figures. You know, I'm trying to track down things that I'm interested in. So I wish all of you good luck with SDCC. Those of you that are going to do some SDCC shopping. Definitely I'm going to do a Funko News video at the end of the week. And the Beauty and the Beast giveaway, I'm going to announce the winners for that probably on Friday. Okay, so be on the lookout for that as well. But yeah, that's going to do it for now. Hope you all appreciated the video. Don't forget to give the video a like, give me a comment, and share the video as well. That would definitely be cool. And subscribe if you are new. That's going to do it for now, though. You all take care. Till next time.